Hey there, we've got another question. This is Ty Brown with Dog Behavior Online. We've got a question for one of our members and wanted to put it out there for everyone to benefit from the answer. The question goes like this. Dear Ty, our dog, a Norwegian Elkhound, goes out of control in a friendly way when he sees another dog. He loves our local dog park and is a friendly, playful dog with people and other dogs. We expose him to other dogs every day for play dates or the dog park or doggy daycare. In other situations, when he sees a dog, when he's on a leash for a walk, when he sees a dog walk by our house, when he's in the backyard, when he sees a dog out of the window or the car, he barks like crazy and lunges to get close to the other dog. Dogs become way more important than us. We know this breed is independent and his genetic lineage is to hunt or search for things. His favorite thing to hunt for and sound when he finds them is other dogs, not elk, though he will chase deer. Any suggestions would be helpful. We don't exist when another dog is around. At the dog park when he comes to us for protection when things get rough, but only on his terms. Thanks. I look forward to your thoughts. So the first thing I'm going to tell you, you probably don't want to hear. In fact, most people never want to hear what I'm about to say, but I stand by it nonetheless. I get a lot of flack from the dog training community. I don't like dog parks. I think dog parks are a bad place to socialize a dog. I think socialization needs to be three things in order to be effective. We need volume, variety, and control. So, volume and variety, you get a lot of that at the dog park. Lots of things and lots of different types of things. But the thing you typically don't get is control. And the evidence is a little bit in what you said, that he has to come to you for protection. I don't like to put my dogs in situations where they're feeling terrified, or afraid, or that they need protection on a regular basis. And so uh, a big part of business here in Utah is based on dog parks, because dog parks tend to create so many problems. I get so many dogs that are either aggressive, overstimulated, or hyper, things like that, and you can often direct or trace a direct problem directly from the dog park. Now, having said that, the problem is dog park related. It may not be. Like I say, there's a lot of times when somebody comes to me with an aggression problem or something like that, and we can directly relate it to a dog park. But I wanted to give my little rant on dog parks before I went any further, because that could be part of the problem. Now, the second thing I want to kind of get you thinking about is dogs are disobedient for only three reasons. It might seem like a million, but they're only disobedient for three reasons. We've either got focus problems, communication problems, or dominance problems. And so to kind of go in reverse order, their dominance is when the dog says, you know what, I know what you want, but I'm not going to do it. The heck with you. You're not the boss. The second one I mentioned is communication. A lot of dogs suffer from communication issues. And what I mean by that is, they're not clear on what the owner wants. And that's one of the biggest things. When someone calls my company and they, oftentimes they'll say, we need to hire you because my dog doesn't come when called. Well, one of the first things I often ask them is, what did you do to train the dog to come? And more often than not, people said, well, we just told him to come. And so oftentimes what it really is happening is a lack of communication. It was never really clearly communicated to the dog what they were supposed to do. And so that's, like I say, the second thing. Now, the first one, and where I'm going with this, what relates directly to you, is focus problems. A lot of dogs are disobedient because of focus issues. A lot of dogs don't come when called because they're so distracted by something else. They pull on the leash because they're so distracted by something else. A lot of the aggression problems that I deal with, and I know your dog doesn't have aggression, but for other people listening to this, a lot of the aggression problems that we focus based, where the dog gets so focused on an outside stimuli over there that he or she doesn't know how to break that focus. Now, focus is a learned skill, and many trainers are going to teach or try to teach you that you can get that with treats. Not usually. It doesn't usually work. A dog like yours probably cares far more about other dogs than. And so the way that I teach focus is through what I call spatial awareness exercises. And spatial awareness exercises are things that teach the dog how to be aware of his space as it relates to you. You should be the center of his little universe there. And I don't mean that in an egotistical way or a domineering way, but as you mentioned, you don't even exist when other dogs are around. And so we've got to start turning that around. And like I say, we do that through focus exercises or spatial awareness exercises. So, one of those which you'll find because you're a member on the website, is that crazy man method, which is the method that I teach for proper leash walking. Another one would be recall, teaching the dog to come when called. Now, you're going to need the proper training tools, and I'm not going to get into the right training collars and whatnot because you've got that on the website. But you're going to need the proper training tools, because if you're going to try to attempt to teach focus with a treat or a flat collar or something like that, it's just not going to work. You need the right tools, you need the right techniques, you need to be consistent. And so, again, teaching that crazy man method when there's other dogs around with the proper training collar, you should be able to start to teach your dog, you know what, I'm more important than other dogs. And so I would do it with, I would first start with a dog behind a fence. And don't tick off your neighbors, but go find a dog behind a fence and do that crazy man method back and forth, for a few minutes. Now, your dog sounds especially, he sounds like a dog that's especially lacking in focus, no offense. But for a dog like him, you might find slow going in the beginning. But if you can stick with the crazy man method, the here command that I teach on my website, you're going to find that you can start to slowly chip away and start to bring more focus to the table. And as soon as the focus is there, that's when the dog starts to see you in a leadership role and starts to see you as, I have to go say hi to every single other dog out there. So I hope that helps. Again, it's all about focus. That's the name of the game. If he's focused on you, he's a good boy. If he's focused on other dogs, he's not a good boy. So focus exercises, and you're going to find that you're going to start to see some traction and start to see some results. So best of luck to you.